Hi everyone, my name is Joseph, and today I want to discuss a fighting game series that I recently got into. So before I continue, really quickly, I wanted to explain that I got into this series because of my PlayStation Vita. Recently, I've really been wanting to get more engaged with it, and so I've always heard good things about this fighting series, and I'm personally a big fan of anything with the story. Um, Even when that story may not make 100% sense, if a publisher tries to include a story, I could personally really appreciate that. And so that's why I decided to get into this fighting series, especially because I really did own Mortal Kombat and also through PS Plus Injustice. And I did enjoy from what little I did play from those. I'm in the middle of playing Mortal Kombat 9. And I did beat Mortal Kombat 11, the base game and the DLC, Aftermath. And I did enjoy it, and the story was quite fun. And yeah, so that's why I decided to check out this fighting game series. And I decided to get the host series because I am aware that, again, there's a story to actually follow. And so the game series I'm talking about is BlazBlue. So I actually started with the first game came out on PS3. So the reason why I decided to get the PS3 version is because I do have the Vita versions, but so I'll come more to this once I talk about the Vita games. But when it comes to fighting games, I'm starting to realize that there's a lot of action with the buttons in one's fingers. And so because of that, I just feel a bit more comfortable being a bit more aggressive with my button mashing with the controller rather than my handheld buttons on the console itself, right? Because at least with the controller, I could buy another one if it does break. But PS3 controllers, they are quite expensive, the official ones. But I could always use my PS4 controllers. But actually, I have it here with me really quickly because I do have I think it's called Brookshire, or just called Brook. But I could use this on my PS3 to use my PS4 controllers, and I'm sure as time goes on, eventually PS5 and other kinds of controllers could be used with the PS3 as well. But anywho, so that's why I decided to get the PS3 version. Well, actually, there's only a PS3 version. I decided to get this one because it's the first in the franchise, and this was actually quite cheap. This was only about $13 brand new, surprisingly. And the condition of it is actually pretty great. I've bought some items that come boxed in the past, and they come quite horribly. The biggest example that I have is Shantae, which I got way before I started doing anything on YouTube. But it's quite destroyed, the box, unfortunately. Anywho, but this is the game itself. I did take the game out because I want to put this in the actual collection with everything else. So BlazBlue, Calamity Trigger. It's only in its seal for right now because I'm not planning on playing it currently, but eventually I am going to pop this into my PS3 and to compare and contrast how the game has evolved. I keep hearing how with other game franchises, there's always an argument which one's the best one, in Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear, and so forth. Super Smash Brothers, but apparently BlazBlue is one of those few fighting game franchises where everyone agrees the newest the newest entry in the series is the best one, which would be or Central Fiction, excuse me. But again, yeah. So I got the PS3 version, and I was fortunate enough to find the limited edition, brand new, for about $15, which is really cool. Moving forward, so this is the PS3 game, the sequel to Calamity Shift, BlazBlue Continuum Shift. Calamity Trigger, excuse me, not Calamity Shift. So BlazBlue Calamity Trigger, and then BlazBlue Continuum Shift. So in case one is unaware, there's actually two versions that BlazBlue usually does, it seems like. First is the base game, so Continuum Shift, and then they released an updated version. In this instance, it's called Extend. So Continuum Shift Extend. This has all the DLC and everything like that. So in this one, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the Vita version because I do have the Vita version. And I'll go into more detail shortly. I don't want to go out of order. But I did get the Vita version as well. But put a thumbtack on that for right now because, again, I need to explain. But it's a little bit too early to explain for right now. So I'll explain when I can. So, again, I do own the PS3 version and the Vita version. With that being said, though, I do not own the game digitally on my Vita. But I'll come back to that shortly. And, yes, I am looking forward to playing this, the sequel. I'm more than likely going to be playing it on my PS3, not my Vita, and the explanation of that will come shortly. So let's see. The time for the Azure has come. I feel like I saw that earlier. Let's see. Oh, they're using the same. Oh wait. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. I'm now debating if I should start the video over or just keep this as is. So again, I am new to this series. I've only played it so far on my Vita and a little bit on my PS4. But excuse me, everyone. So Calamity Trigger, there's no special edition. This just comes on its own. This is the first in the series, Calamity Trigger. And then the sequel to Calamity Trigger is BlazBlue Continuum Shift, the Extend. Continuum Shift and Extend. So this is the limited edition that came with this copy. So excuse me, everyone. Again, I just didn't notice because usually sometimes limited editions have a different cover art compared to. Well, this one kind of showcases it, right? This one, the background is white, while this one is a dark blue. And also, I don't think that this gentleman is in the cover as well. The gentleman with this individual, I don't think he's on this cover. Or if he is, he's in the back though, right? Ugh, I can't move my finger, but right there. That's him right there. So I just assumed that the cover was different because it was a limited edition. So excuse me, everyone. I do thank you for your patience. Pardon me. So going back in order, Calamity Trigger, and then the sequel, The Time for Azure Has Come, Continuum Shift. So this version I do have for my Vita as well. But as I explained on my Vita, I'm probably going to be playing the PS3 version, not the Vita version, and I'll explain shortly why I kind of did already at the beginning. So the next one after that, so these are the ones that released on PS3 and Vita. Now the next one released on PS4 and Vita. So I'll show the Vita version first because it's the first one that came in. But BlazBlue, Chrono Phantasmo. Okay. Oh, that's, I thought that was an O. Okay, that makes more sense. BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma Extend. So again, there was a base game, which is Chrono Phantasma, and the Extend version includes the DLC. So this is the one that I did get digitally on my PS Vita because it was only $14.99, and I wanted to check it out. And I was having a lot of fun and enjoying myself, but when I was doing the tutorial, and I came to realize that I really don't want to be putting a lot of pressure on my Vita buttons. I was doing that, I forgot what it's called, the attack, but where you have to smoothly go from the right button down to the bottom button, and you have to do it smoothly. I don't want to use my analog sticks for my Vita as well. So after getting this version, that's when I made the decision to get the PS3 version. I'm not going to lie, usually I don't have buyer's remorse, but I did get a little bit of that with these purchases, because if I could go back in time, I don't think I would have gotten the Vita versions. I would just get the PS4 and PS3 versions, because I probably won't be. I'll still be playing because I have this digitally on my Vita. I'll probably be playing that when I get a bit more experience with the game franchise, where I'm not struggling to pull off combos. But until I get to that point, I'm not going to lie again, I do regret a little bit getting it digitally on my Vita. But with that being said, I don't mind having the game physically, since I do enjoy my Vita so much. I don't mind having these reflected in my collection. And since I already got the game digitally, it's too late for that, right? But one might be wondering, well, if I got Chrono Phantasma Extend first, what's going on with this? Well, with the Continuum Shift Extend, I'm not going to lie, I was too gung-ho. I was really enjoying myself, and I was going, wow, I'm more than likely going to buy this on my Vita as well. Let me just get the physical version now since I'm getting the other one anyways. And then after, while I was playing it a couple of days while in transit coming, that's when I realized, oh no, I think I might enjoy myself more if I played this on my consoles, my home consoles, rather than my handheld console. So yeah, so this one a little bit, I don't regret getting this one. I do regret the digital purchase. I don't regret the physical purchase, but this one I do not own digitally. I probably will not own digitally, and I slightly do regret the physical purchases because I do own it. But and this is gonna seem a little bit crazy, but I did double dip. I also did get the PS4 version since Chrono Phantasma. Since I made the choice I'll be playing on console, I seeked out the PS4 version. This one is European, or rather Australian, because I couldn't find a American, or rather a Region 1 copy, and if I did find one, it was really, really expensive. I got lucky with this copy. It was brand new, It came to me opened already. The seller did explain that it was brand new, unsealed, which I feel like is a paradox. But they gave me a discount, a really decent discount. And the case itself, it looks really great. Honestly, condition is new. I wouldn't even call it like new. It is basically new. The only difference is that it's unsealed. But since I decided to play on console, I'm a big fan of having my game library represented or reflected via the physical collection. So that's why I decided to double dip and get the PS4 version as well. And then lastly but not least, this is the most recent entry. And you know what? I just realized more than likely they might release an extend version, but oh well. This is really cheap to get. A BlazBlue Central Fiction. So again, this is the most recent version. When did this come out? What? Sorry, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Where's the? They usually have a date listed on when the copy was published. Anywho, wow, I'm shocked that there's no date listed. Anywho, well, I'll look through this more closely on my own time. But again, so this is the most recent version. Actually, let me quickly, since I'm here. So it looks like the game came out quite a while ago, 7 years, give or take. Oh, 2015. Wow. So it really has been quite a while. So that makes me quite confident that they're probably not going to do an extend version for the most recent iteration, which is fine. So again, my experience with this series. So I decided to get it because I am always looking for anything with a decent story. And with great gameplay, and sometimes I kind of am in the mood for a fighting game, and I've always heard great things about BlazBlue in terms of its 2D animation, of its graphics, and then of course the story itself. It's crazy. I was gonna say a combination of quiet and crazy for some reason. So crazy. It's crazy. The story, it's out there, but apparently it is a lot of fun, and so that's why I decided to check this series out. Will I be getting into Guilty Gear? More than likely not, just because I hear that's more. This one is more of a visual novel focus, so most of the story is present with the games itself. There are some anime and things like that, but again, you could mostly stay focused on the game franchise. But also Guilty Gear, that one is more of an anime than visual novel focus, and apparently that story is a lot more wilder. And if you truly want to understand everything, you do need to go beyond the video games. And then apparently not just beyond games, but there's also some Panchanko machines. I don't know what those machines are called from Japan, but apparently there's like a story with those machines as well. So yeah, so to reiterate, pardon me for the way the video started, mixing the first two games in the first two entries in the franchise. But to reiterate, the series started with BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. It was an arcade game. It got ported to PS3. Where's the back? I really need to get used to this. The mirrored aspect. After that, we have the sequel to BlazBlue, Continuum Shift, and then later on Extend released. So I'll show the box and also the game case itself, since it is a little bit different. And then here's Continuum Shift. Here's the wrong way. And then I'm just going to show the Vita version as well, since it's the same iteration. And then we have BlazBlue. So let's jump from Vita and PS3 to Vita and PS4. BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma Extend. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and show the Vita version as well. Oh wait, hold on. Ugh. Here we go. Chrono Phantasma extend. Sorry, you guys saw my eyes looking weird because I was looking at the time. And then Central Faction, which did not get a Vita version, but frankly, even if it did, I probably would not get. But knowing me, because I was too gung-ho, I accidentally would have gotten. Just so that this is BlazBlue. Do you play BlazBlue? If you do you have any tips for me as a newcomer to this series? Do you have any tips that I could utilize? Who's your favorite character? How often do you play BlazBlue? And do you play other types of fighting games as well? Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a great day and take care, everyone.